where we were going to talk to you a little bit. We have a segment we want to do called the Cafeteria Critic. Klaus.
Yes.
It's a fun little segment we do where we actually went to the cafeteria before we came in to record, and we got a full meal.
It's under that. It is under that little blanket there.
Yep.
And if you could just
is this a Pendleton?
It's a Pendleton.
It's a really nice blanket.
$320 blanket.
Yeah,
Nice
I borrowed. We needed something to cover up the meal, and I borrowed my wife's Pendleton. And there's going to be a little bit of the food stuck to it when you pull it off.
I wish that was brown. It would make a great cloak.
It would. It would.
Underneath there you will find a protein, a starch, a fruit or veggie, a beverage, and a dessert, which are all options that are available at the Hamilton High School cafeteria.
No, so it's a kind of a blind critique. We've painted them all to not be the color that they normally would be, so you don't know what they're going to be.
But the shapes.
Shapes are the same.
The shapes are there, and disregard the paint flavor. We really want you to just...
Oh, so it's actual paint.
Yeah. We painted them so you can't tell.
So you like me to eat this paint-soaked food?
I mean, yeah, we want a natural, real.
We made sure there's no.
We tried your fries.
Yeah. We did try your
That's
fries.
fair.
So we basically want you to just take a bite of each item, let us know what it is, and sort of how you feel about it.
All right, I'm gonna go take a bite of this thing. It looks like it's shaped like a Salisbury steak. Of course,
it's green.
It's green. It's like a forest green, which I don't mind. All right. Let's take a bite here.
Just remember, forget the paint.
I'm trying to forget the paint, but it tastes very strongly of paint.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Oh, that was tough to swallow.
And would you say it was because it was the toughness of the
Item.
food item?
Consistency-wise, I've had tenderer cuts of meat. But in terms of it being drenched in paint, that made it very hard to swallow.
Okay.
Like I felt like every physical impulse was trying to reject this thing.
Yeah.
But I persevered and I got it down.
So
Okay.
kids, for Salisbury Steak Friday, Klaus Kendall says, go ahead and have that steak. Try not to cover it in paint.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to soak it in paint, then it's probably okay. It's probably fine.
And if you see to the right, we have another forest green.
Yeah, these look like little barrels. I'm going to say they're tater tots.
Okay. But they're forest green.
Right. Did you just buy the one can of paint?
Well, paint is more expensive than I had expected when
Yes.
I went to the True Value.
But now what do you do when you paint the flats for the shows, for the drama club?
And I would love your advice on that. Because right now...
it's all wood colored.
Yeah,
so the couple of...
Right now, it's all wood colored with a little bit of crayon on there.
Crayon?
I tried to do the...
Just a little.
A little. Well, it's a lot in the scheme of crayon. I used up a whole 48-pack, but a little in the scheme of my large set.
And that's a
Honestly,
bummer because
you
it's
should-
48 different colors, so
Yeah.
it looks like trash, really.
You just need to sell off that land, okay?
Well, I would
You
love
do.
to, but that's my daughter's money, okay? And I can't just take it from her. If she wants to sell it off and give me 10%, I'd love it.
It's a good dad.
Anyway, so have a bite of those green
Barrels.
Pop
Barrels.
one of these in there. There we go.
Forget the paint.
It's still warm. Trying to forget the paint, but it's...
Oh, now that you picked it up, you can see one side of the actual color of that item. We did not fully paint it.
I wish I'd
painted it.
eaten that one because the
There's
one
some-
I got felt like completely doused in the paint. Anyway, I can sense a little potato in there, but mostly I'm getting like a real paint aftertaste.
So you are right. Those were tater tots.
Good job.
Good.
Great work on that.
Good. You know, this is fun because I didn't anticipate that this was going to be so secretive as well as, but it's nice little mystery with
It's
each
a
one of
fun
these
little
foods.
mystery, yeah. Anyway, we got 3 more items for you to
We
taste.
could have just easily... I have a blindfold on my head.
Yeah.
We could have just easily
I thought it was a bandage, honestly.
Well,
I
no,
was
it's a
so beat up,
blindfold.
I thought it was a
I got
bandage.
sand. As you can see, the whites of my eyes are red. I got a bunch of sand and water in my eye down in New Smyrna. So when I go out in the sun,
Did you just get back?
yes,
Did you come from New Smyrna directly to this recording?
I came straight here. Yeah. Well, I mean, I stopped. I was in the hospital for 2 days, but I came straight from the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could have used this. So next time we'll just blindfold people.
Yeah, we'll see. This seems to be working.
All right, let's see. These long, skinny things. They look like green beans,
But they are
they're a
hunter
slightly
green.
different green
Yeah.
Convenient.
than green beans. All right, eat one of these.
Get the pink.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna.
Oh, somebody doesn't like these long things.
Someone's a little picky.
I feel like the it's kind of like a cumulative effect of the paint that I've eaten so far.
Oh no, Klaus.
Green beans have never been my favorite to begin with, so this didn't make it better. Again, I gotta say, strong base note of paint, as well as a top note and a through line.
So you are right about the green beans.
Yes.
That's what those were.
Got those. Good.
Good job.
I think the student takeaway from that is if you like green beans, great. But if, like Mr. Kendall, you do not, avoid them.
I will say I did have all of this food for lunch, and I loved all of it. I will say, no paint, of course. I
Right.
was going to go to the drive-thru, and as soon as I got to my car, I remembered I couldn't go to one. And so I walked right back inside.
But your
and-
car is here at school.
Yeah, I got a car at home and a car at school. Yeah, I had a car.
Do you have cars pretty much everywhere you go regularly? Because I have seen you try to get into a car at the gym.
Yes, absolutely. Listen. I come from money. You all know that. I don't like to talk about it.
Right.
But the problem is everyone thinks they're a driver. You know, it's a normal part of life. You think, oh, I'll just hop in my car. I'll go. So you keep going, well, I need a car. You know what I mean? But then when you show up somewhere, you go, oh, my God, I drove here illegally. I can never do this again.
Right,
And there it sits.
So you're often buying and abandoning cars.
I'm buying, not selling, and abandoning cars.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Until you go back to them when you're at that location.
Hey,
only
listen,
to
I still got the
realize-
title for all these babies, okay? So as they appreciate with the dust, you know, I'll be able to sell them.
Well, I think the dust makes them worth less.
Yeah, I don't think that adds to the value of. They say that as soon as you drive a new car off the lot, it starts depreciating in value.
Yeah, car is
Right.
by far the worst investment. By
Yeah,
far.
well,
Especially for you.
Until you wait long enough, and then it becomes a classic. I got a 98 Kia Rio, baby, that I am just waiting for history to come back
But that's
around
what
on.
the one at the gym, and it was pretty severely wrecked on the way to the gym, whatever the first time you drove there was.
Yeah. I plowed right into the pylon in front of the parking thing.
Yes, it's immobile.
It's true.
If you have room for some costumes and a little bed in any of those cars, and I can't stay on this futon for any reason, I'd love to sleep in one.
Absolutely, you got it.
Do you ever sit in the car even though you can't drive it? Do you ever just sit in there, listen to the radio?
I used to, but it just hurts too much. Sure, it hurts too much to
So
be
close.
in there. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Klaus, you got one more.
You got a beverage there you got to drink.
Oh yeah. Now this also seems to be forest green.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
this beverage isn't typically served at lunch.
Well, it's forest green now. I mean, take off the lid. Take off the lid and
Take
see what it
off the
looks like
lid.
inside.
Okay,
Take off the
all right.
lid.
Take this flathead screwdriver and just go ahead and take that lid off.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna have to kind of go around
this is-
all
this is-
edges. It's a little bit stuck together with
Why
some
is
paint.
this- Okay, it's an unusual but familiar lid. It's a very wide mouth container.
Right.
I think I'm gonna have to both hands this.
It has a little wire handle there too, if you want to.
Smells very strongly of paint. Just take
Okay, he's taking a sip.
Interesting.
It's like it's a big coffee cup.
Just
He's
take a
warm.
sip. Oh yeah, like you see, like
You look like a little kid right now with a big cup in his hands.
I was thinking like those print ads where they show a lady, looking out a window and she's holding the coffee
He
with
looks
both
like
hands.
you love some Folgers right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, that's my
All right,
kind
here
of
we
bad.
go. Just take a sip.
Oh, big gulp.
No hints.
No hits.
I wish I hadn't done that.
Oh, you got a little blank mustache up there.
Yeah. Ooh. Wow. This one really tastes like paint. Like what I imagined paint would taste like, I guess. I've never, not in the habit of drinking paint, but you put too much paint in this one.
That's too much paint, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this question before we reveal what this is.
Sure.
Is it something that you would be happy or upset to have added to the fountains in our lunchroom?
Or to the outside of your home.
So it's something that would be a liquid that would be used in a fountain, but also
Not
applied. Not typically.
Atypically.
Okay, atypically. But also I could apply it to the exterior of my home.
Yeah, to
Atypically.
wash it.
That's also atypical. For me or for everyone?
For my theater sets.
I think I know.
You could almost paint your house with it.
Is it kale smoothie?
No, I'm sorry.
Gosh, you were almost 4 for 4 there.
What was
Too
it?
bad.
What was it?
It was Gilgen brand paint.
It was just paint.
Forest green paint.
Yes.
What happened was, I, on the way here, mixed up the paint and the Mountain Dew.
Both green.
It was supposed to be Mountain Dew. Ended up drinking the whole Mountain Dew by accident and brought
You
you the paint.
intended to drink the paint.
Yes, I had meant to drink the paint.
So you
I had meant to drink the paint. Instead, I got that disgusting Mountain Dew.
Todd, I gotta ask you, is the reason that none of the flats and sets are painted is because you're drinking the paint?
I
It's
guess
a very-
now is as good as time to any to admit that I am addicted to drinking paint. I vowed as a child that I would never be an alcoholic like my brother.
How old were you when you made this vow?
How old was I?
Yeah, you said as a child you vowed to never be an alcoholic.
Wasn't my first words.
So not that young.
Not that young. But it wasn't like my valedictorian speech either. So
Sometime between birth and high school graduation.
Exactly.
Sometime between 0 and 18.
I would say 13
Important years,
of age.
kids. Important years.
Well,
0 to 18.
Yeah, cherish it.
well, are you? I mean, your belly looks distended.
Yeah.
Did you almost say thank you?
I almost said thank you, and then I analyzed the definition of distended in my head.
Do you know what it means now?
Well, looking at my belly, I think it's an insult, whatever it is. I think it's bad.
Well, statement of
I
fact.
pretty-
You know,
Does distended mean severely sucked in?
Well,
Because that's what I meant it as.
I don't know the answer.
That's what I meant it as. Your belly looks severely sucked in.
I don't know that there's a blanket term for that. Severely sucked in.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's ever had to classify something as
Yeah.
severely sucked in, so
Yeah.
there may not be a word for
Maybe
it.
German people have a word for it.
Yeah. Oh, boy, guys. Well, I'll tell you this. This has been a fun time on this episode of the Teacher's Lounge, you guys. Klaus, we'd really love to thank you for coming on and taking part in that fun little segment we did there.
You guys made me drink paint.
We're sorry.
We're very sorry for that. And any future guests, just know that we treat our guests with respect. here,
Yeah,
and
this
we're
is
sorry for
never
the
going to
mistake we
happen
had.
again.
I mean, you know, there's food coloring. Why? You could have just colored the food. It's literally called food coloring.
I don't care for the flavor.
Yeah.
Well,
Obviously.
we know that you've been pretty successful, and
Very successful.
with some of your money, you've been eating sushi, which we have too.
Oh, yes.
And so
Love it.
How good
We've
is the
actually
sushi
been-
stuff?
I love
I'm
sushi.
new to it, but I'm a full convert.
Soon you're gonna be an addict like me.
Well,
I
I
hope so.
love it.
God, we
I
love sashimi.
Well, this is perfect news because we have all
rice
started
even.
making sushi from home, and we've had a little competition about which one of us makes the best
Oh, really?
sushi.
Yeah.
And so we thought maybe
We'd love
you
to
might
play a
want
little
to
game with you.
try each of our sushis and determine which one is the best, since you know them so
Y'all
well.
want me to be a sushi judge?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to. You kidding me?
Yeah.
And it
It's a
is,
dream
you know,
job.
And we do want you to
Go into it blind.
Yeah,
we
we
don't
kinda
want
want you
you
to
to
go
be
in blind.
biased by we don't want you to look at the sushi and say, "Oh, I know who made that. It looks like sushi."
is it tuna?
Howard
Is
would
it-
make.
So we haven't gotten you a blindfold,
Okay.
but we have disguised the food.
The food's a little disguised. So why don't you take a
So,
bite?
okay, just to be clear, I'll be doing a taste test of some
Yes,
food.
blind taste test.
Food has been altered in appearance in some way.
In some way.
This is something that I personally have never done before.
That's right.
So this is exciting.
If you
right.
could see our knife cuts, you'd be able to just tell exactly
Yeah,
from
you
our
know.
personal-
Right. No, I totally
I'm a
get it.
sashimi guy.
Yeah,
you would
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So-
I'm
So you
I
guys
feel like
zero
even that's too
level.
much information.
That is
I wish
a lot.
I didn't know that.
You're right.
So to disguise disguise each of our dishes, we each
Well, you'll find out what we did.
yeah.
So this is a segment where you judge our sushi. It's called Judge Jushi. It's a play on Judge Judy.
We've all talked
which
about
we all
it.
talked about.
We decided that's the best name
That
for the
was the
segment.
perfect
And
name.
you have to pronounce. You can't just pronounce it Judge Jushi. No, you have to really stop.
Jushi. You know what? You know what's
Jushi.
too bad is I have a podcast theme that's so close to being perfect for this. Do you want to hear a little bit of it?
Yeah.
I would love to.
Okay.
Yeah.
This will be fine for a while.
Yeah.
You gotta put a sock in it right away. We're gonna take you away to a place where we play a little game called Guess the Food. We're gonna eat, so much food with Lance Ito. That was
so
for a
much
pod-
food with Lance Ito.
Yeah, that was where. Once again, I'm sorry that my piano is not functioning properly. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that home improvement sound effect. Sorry. Why is that still in there?
Me, Wilson.
Todd, why'd you say that? Huh? Why'd you say that?
Oh,
Why'd you say that, Todd?
did I say something?
You said it's me, Wilson.
Oh God. Well, I think my Alzheimer's is kicking in.
Finally, you took it an hour ago.
Yeah.
I'm a little unhappy with my life, so I've been taking Alzheimer's to forget.
Your doctor prescribed you that, right?
So it's just
Who's
like a
your doctor
tiny-
again?
Who's my doctor?
Yeah.
Dr. Nuts?
Oh yeah, he's good.
So you're taking like a little time release capsule of just pure Alzheimer's.
Pure Alzheimer's. It's a slow release. By the end of this, I'll be trying to, I'll be saying like insultingly crude things to my
It's a slow
daughter.
release, but it's the sweet release.
Okay. Well, we got to get to 4 dishes here.
Yeah, so here we go.
And you're gonna love this.
you're gonna
Here's
love
the
this.
first one.
All right. Ooh, look at that.
So
What am I looking at here?
this is a piece of sushi.
I
That-
think.
I
It's been-
think maybe.
It's been disguised, so it's a little bit green.
Right.
It's a little bit green, and there's a smell. You might notice that smell from
Try to
like
ignore it.
a new house.
It's a strong odor.
Yeah. Just try to ignore that. Take the sushi into your mouth. Fight off the initial.
Can I ask
taste.
y'all a question?
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Did you dip this sushi in green paint?
Well,
Well,
just
it's
say-
blind. The taste
Let's
test is
just say,
blind.
let's just say we wanted this to be a blind taste test, so
Right.
we took liberties to make it so.
Yeah.
Are y'all concerned that the paint is going to mask the taste of the sushi at all? Because I want to be able to give it an accurate assessment.
Well, why don't you
know.
why don't you do this? Why don't you just lick the top of it to get a feel for what the paint tastes like?
Yeah.
Then
Nice.
or
Get
whatever.
your mouth used to the paint.
and then put the food in there and be like, and cancel out the taste of whatever
Right.
that is. Well,
Give
it's paint.
you know what I'll
It is
say?
paint.
The paint's only on the outside.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
as soon
Yeah.
as you bite through to the middle, you should get a pretty good flavor of fish, if that's what it is.
I tell you what. Now I'm going to lay down a rule right now. Mm-hmm. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to need a can of the paint you used and a spoon. I will take a dose of paint. So my mouth has a paint coating already, pure paint coating.
Pure paint. Yeah.
Then I feel like I will be more easily able to discern the sushi taste. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
Sure.
Luckily, I believe we have. Do we have any of the paint that we use?
We sure do, Mark. Here we go.
No. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I enjoyed some of that paint.
there you go.
And we don't have a spoon. Is this ladle?
I mean, that's more paint than I planned on ingesting, but
You'll taste the sushi.
We just have a big.
I want to make sure I taste the sushi. So,
yeah.
I mean, if we're going on this principle that tasting the paint
Cancels out the taste.
exactly
Yeah.
makes more sense to have more paint.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
Go ahead, take a big old scoop
All right, here
with
we
that
go.
ladle. It's a 1 cup ladle.
So now get this flavor in there, so then just ignore it.
thick, big chalky. Oh, we didn't really shake the paint up that much.
Halfway through.
Yeah, swallow the whole ladle.
Gagging.
Whole ladle
He's
there.
gagging.
Looks good. Your mouth looks good.
Does it? Does it look green?
A lot of it on your face.
Your mouth looks really good.
I tried to get.
Yeah, we like your mouth.
So you got a ladle of paint in your mouth. Now
Yeah.
you're pretty much ready to go ahead and
trying
take
to
the
get
first bite
as
of
much
this
of it down.
mystery dish.
Here we go. Trying y'all okay if I forego the chopsticks?
Sure.
I'm just gonna
However you want to do it.
Well, no.
Okay.
You know what?
You might
we
get a
will
little
forego
pain
the
on your
chopsticks,
fingers.
but you know what? I'm going to replace it. These are 2 big sticks.
Now these are just like
And use it?
sticks from the woods.
Yeah, this is how Teddy Roosevelt used to eat sushi.
Yeah.
All right, here we
One
go.
stick in each hand.
Just bring it up here.
Don't crush the fish.
Easy on
Or
it.
whatever it is.
There you go.
Easy on the fish.
Okay.
Nice.
Got it. He's chewing it.
Really
I
tasting it.
mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's still like a strong paint taste.
Okay, so this might be mine.
Because you had some paint in your initial.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Oh,
I couldn't. I did mix up the paint and the wasabi at a certain point.
I did taste a little wasabi in there.
Oh, so that's not
Okay.
mine.
Okay.
Was that
Todd.
was that a California roll?
Wow.
Ding ding ding! Yes,
really
that is.
good.
We don't know.
That is a California roll.
Is
Is what
it?
I would say if I knew, but I don't know. I'm not sure what it is.
Right.
So let's move on.
And this is a triple decker roll.
Yes.
Ooh, that's big piece of.
And we have disguised it, so you can't tell what it is.
And we had a little issues.
Although we did just tell
We
you
thought
it's a triple
we thought
decker
the
roll.
paint we thought the paint would be a bit of an issue to eat so much of it, so we put something else on this one.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, it's green.
It's green.
I think you're focusing too much on the packaging and not so much on the gift. You know what I
Well,
mean?
no, I appreciate that, but I am going to put this in my mouth and ingest it. So I just
Good.
friend to friend. Can you tell me what is?
It's
Disguised as a vision? Was it-
wasabi.
This is all
Well, there's sushi on the inside.
right.
But it's been
Maybe.
disguised by packed on wasabi.
so it's like you put a piece of sushi in essentially a brick of wasabi.
Well,
Would
you
you
know
like-
how when you roll a snowball down a hill, it gets bigger? That's
Yeah.
what we've done here, and we rolled it down Wasabi Hill.
Yeah, all our
Obviously,
ingredients
our
are from Wasabi Hill.
I mean, can I scrape off some of the wasabi? This is
Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. You can't.
Did you also take an Alzheimer's pill?
Yeah, and it's just starting to kick in.
Yeah, you
Whoa.
called me Mark.
Who's my family?
No, just to mask the flavor, why don't you take a little ladle of this bucket of wasabi here,
Wait, I got it. Hold on.
just to prepare your taste buds for the flavor you'll be getting.
Same as the paint. It worked last time for the paint.
You knew it was a California
Well,
roll.
I mean, can I be honest with you? It barely worked for the paint.
Good. Good. So it did barely work.
I mean, you're focusing on the positive. I can't argue with you there.
Yeah, we got to get this done.
All right, so you want me to take a ladle of wasabi?
Yeah. And that's just
or
normal
whatever.
wasabi.
We've also got the shovel, whatever.
No, that's. I'm good with the. I mean, if those are my choices,
I can
I'm
probably
good with the
find a
ladle.
picture if you want.
No, look. Okay. Can I have is there a glass of water I can have standing by?
Well,
Well, it's not exactly a glass.
How about that pitcher? Can we fill that pitcher with water? Using the rat shower spigot?
Oh, the rat is taking a nap. You might need to sneak out of
Oh
here.
my God, y'all. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I'm terrified of this rat. He's been following me around for a long time. I don't know what his end game is. Because I'll be walking and I'll turn around. I stop. He stops.
Yeah.
He always keeps the same distance.
He's like your
Have
shadow.
you done anything bad to any rats or their families or rats that are involved in maybe the mafia?
Well, what's bad? Like killing him?
Yeah, could this be one of the rats from the mafia?
Hey, did you steal?
I do owe some debts to the rat mafia, yes.
Did you really?
I didn't want to get into this whole business. I'm embarrassed, you guys. You know, like when you knew me, I was on top of the world, writing a successful theme song that people like more than the show was
Are
for.
you laundering rat money like the show Ozark?
All my money comes from my life rights that I sold to Ozark that they converted into a story about laundering drug money.
Because you got to clean the cheese, right?
Rats give me counterfeit cheese. And they give me cheese from their various criminal endeavors. I make it, I channel it through other things and make it into legitimate cheese.
That's disappointing.
Don Ratty says hello.
Oh my God!
Did y'all see that?
Don Ratty?
Don Ratty!
Don Ratty is the name.
Orny, are you okay?
With a push pin.
God damn, that stings. That little rat.
I'm gonna stomp him.
Stomp him.
Thank you.
Killing
Little
him.
rat
I'm killing him.
Don't kill that mafia rat.
Wait,
I killed him. I smashed his head.
You don't know. You know what
Bill.
happens when you kill somebody who's in the rat mob?
What?
That's just opening up a new door, man.
What if one of the rats on us?
Yeah, he's got buddies. I bet this place is bugged.
Probably.
Shit, Orn.
Probably rats came in here and bugged this place.
Damn it,
my God.
Orn.
I'm gonna wrap myself up in wasabi and just hang out on Wasabi Hill for a
How
little
much
bit.
wasabi do y'all have? You're going to wrap yourself
you've
up
seen-
in
Hey,
You've
well,
seen
we
wasabi.
love
And-
sushi now that we've come to LA.
and
so
you've
we've
seen
got a
wasabi.
lot.
Well, I mean, that makes, I
We
get
go
that. I
and we
get
eat
that.
sushi and roll down Wasabi
I
Hill.
love it. I love it.
I'll
we-
eat sushi 4 or 5 times a day sometimes.
We sure do, Mad Dog.
Sorry.
All right, Mark.
It's Mark and Mad Dog in the morning.
Okay, so your Alzheimer's pills have made you guys very alert and at the ready, just in the wrong way.
After the break, we're talking to piss.
And dog shit.
Okay, fellas, remember you're here. You're here at the lounge, the Hollywood Lounge.
Whoa.
You know, or not.
Sorry.
I feel like we don't have time to get through the other 3 dishes here.
Oh, that's too bad.
But I mean, unless you wanted to go through.
We all made California rolls. Yeah, they're all the same.
Yeah, it's all California rolls covered in paint, then wasabi, then paint.
Paint and then paint
Yeah,
wasabi.
it would have gone back and forth
Alternating
between paint
paint
and
and
wasabi.
What did
but-
you think?
Well, I mean, hold on a second.
We're tricking you, bitch.
If y'all, what?
We tricked you, bitch.
We tricked you.
Why?
Is Jedidiah still here? Jedidiah?
Hey, Jason, great work down there.
Oh my God.
Thanks for taking care of those guys for me.
Are we hearing what's happening on Earth?
Jedidiah
from above, like
paid
it's through a
Jason
wall.
to kill us.
I can't believe it took so long, but in the end, it was all worth it.
Why would he sum up everything so succinctly like that? It's like he put a period on the end of a story.
Could he explain what exactly happened at the triathlon,
I mean,
too?
it was a long journey to get to where we are now, but every single thing that happened was supposed to happen.
What about Todd's forensic storyline that we dropped?
And what a plan, even including Todd's forensic storyline.
God.
What
And
about
the
my
ta-
daughter being a deer?
Yeah.
All worthwhile distractions, wouldn't you agree, Jason Alexander? Yeah.
What about how we had Bill and I had a debate and
Van
we
Jones
did,
was supposed to be there.
We didn't follow up on
Remember-
any of the details.
Remember when there was supposed to be that debate between Bill and Howard? Oh, that got him distracted for a while.
Shit.
They never saw this coming.
Well,
Except
we're
for all
like,
the hints.
What a master plan he.
so we're like 8 foot beneath the Earth's surface.
Yeah, right where hell is. 8 feet beneath.
It's not even that low.
It kind
You
of
can
feels
still
like we're
hear
in
Earth.
Los Angeles.
Hey, did you ever wonder why they bury people 6 feet deep? It's because 2 feet deeper, you'd be in hell.
Oh, I see.
We are learning a lot
Wow.
post-mortem.
Man.
Now, is Jason Alexander just nodding to all of this?
I wonder. Hold on. I wonder. We did leave Jedidiah some food. We left Jedidiah some food up there. I wonder if he's
what
going
is
to
it?
taste
to
test
taste
it.
test some food.
What's this?
Now, I wonder if he can
starving.
discern what any of it is, because it's all been secretly.
We did cover it up a little.
Yeah.
Those squibs made me hungry.
Oh, that's why we thought he was shot.
He had fake bullets.
I'll just take this gingham cover off here. Ooh, this looks delicious.
Stole that cover from the British Bake Off.
What am I looking at here?
All right, he'll never know what he's eating.
Let's see if the gingham tricks him.
I'm just gonna eat it.
It sounds like he's starting with the steak.
Okay, yeah, he's starting
Looks
to
like steak. Tastes different though.
I wonder if he could tell.
What am I getting here?
We of course disguised it with concrete.
I mean, there's a base note of steak, but there's a top note of, I want to say, cement.
He's always had a good palate.
He does.
He's always had a good palate.
It tastes mostly like cement, I guess.
But hey, that steak juice we put on it was good.
Okay, let's move on to one of these side dishes. Maybe the sides are what this place is
Cream
famous
corn,
for.
cream corn.
Which is
Looks
just
like
unhardened
cream
cement.
corn.
This is
Tastes
fascinating.
like unhardened cement, though.
Cement powder.
It's getting increasingly harder to swallow.
It's going to become cement in his
My throat
mouth.
is clogged with cement.
Maybe she should probably take
I'll just skip right to dessert.
Yeah.
Okay, good. 7-layer
Boy,
dip.
the 7-layer dip, the sweet kind.
Yeah, the sweet.
It's a
7-layer sweet
layer of chocolate, layer of butterscotch,
Yes. There's 2.
layer of strawberry paste,
It's 3.
layer of vanilla
He's almost to the
fondant,
secret ingredient.
Yes, 4. 3 more.
layer of just straight up sugar.
Yes.
Raw.
Which he needed.
In the raw.
What is this? Layer of caramel,
Yep.
and
Bottom layer.
finally
The big layer.
Layer of nougat.
Yes. All covered
Can't
in
wait to
thick
dive in.
cement and rebar.
Little metallic tasting
That's the rebar.
aftertaste of cement.
It's crazy that he's just sticking around in the scene of a quadruple murder.
Not
That he
my-
planned.
Not my favorite meal, but I did eat it all.
Well, geez. Guys.
Lifelong member of the Clean Plate Club.
We're dead?
I guess.
Or in an acid trip.
Yeah.
Or maybe we never really were.
Oh my God, they're picking up our bodies up there. The coroner's really treating us
Just
like
throw
shit.
them anywhere.
We can't see it.
Come on.
I gotta lie down.
He's already tired?
I do not feel great.
From the cement, I think.
Well,
Oh, I see.
well, I guess
That was the lunatic. I see.
I guess the good news is our podcast still records in hell.
As you all out there know, the school is trying to add a few new instruments for
that's right.
the music club.
Yes.
And there's been a lot of discussion because it is going to cost the school some money about what instruments to use. And so we thought, Original Fig, that we could have you test out a few of the instruments.
Sure.
But obviously, if you knew what instrument it was, it might color your opinion a little bit.
Yeah.
So we wanted you to try these instruments and tell us what your favorite is, and maybe it'll influence which ones they use in a segment we're calling "Which Instrument Should the Band Pick Up Next?"
Which instrument should the band pick up next? Which instrument should the band pick up next? Which instrument should the band pick up next?
And thank you to Pharrell for the theme song to that.
Thank you, Pharrell.
So, Original, thanks for participating. As you can see around you, there's several different instruments, and of course
They
you
are
can't.
disguised.
Well, some of these objects are instruments. Some of them are just objects.
Yeah, you might not
Some
know.
might be a children's toy or, just a block.
Oh, okay.
So it might just be a block. Who
The
knows?
one thing they do all have in common is they're covered in green paint.
Yeah. What I noticed is they're all painted. I can definitely make out the shapes of each and every item.
What do you think?
You
And
think? We might have used
we'll
thick
see.
paint, or it might be clay.
Could be thick paint. It could be
clay.
Yeah, you don't know how
Is it-
thick
is
some
it
of the
clay?
paint is.
Is it clay?
We did not use any clay.
All right, so it is paint. And what I've also noticed is that the paint is remarkably fresh. Like I can smell it for sure. It's
Pretty
very
new.
strong.
Well, if
Pretty
it
new.
dries, it'll harden around the shape of the instrument.
Yeah. The reed on the
Yes.
saxophone, if there is
there is
one, won't be able to vibrate.
That's right.
Yes.
That might not
Is
even
that
be
the
a
saxophone
reed,
right there?
I don't know. Maybe
We don't
maybe you
know.
should grab it and give it a little
Give it a
kick.
little
That could be a block.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to know. Obviously, because of the way they're disguised, you're not going to know what any
Yeah.
of these instruments are unless you give them a little toot.
Why don't you try to play this which I know you think you know what it is, a drum set. But why don't you try to play it?
All right, so
Let us know what you think of the instrument.
here is this is like a cylinder, like a shallow cylinder.
Okay, great.
And there's a couple I think they're sticks.
That's a bit of an assumption.
Okay, well, it could be
see.
something you need to blow into, so why don't you try that?
I mean, there doesn't appear to be any sort of.
You can't know. You can't know.
The
Original.
paint covers the holes on purpose.
Just give it an enthusiastic blow.
Okay,
Just go ahead, original.
I'll try it. I'll try it flute style first.
Try flute style.
Oh, very
All
good.
right.
Okay, he's holding it off to the side of his head.
Here comes the first fig blow.
Flute, right?
To the side,
Side of my
his-
head. Right?
Well, part of it does have to go in front.
Right. Part of it does.
Bill plays the flute like a phone.
I hold the. I say hello,
Do you,
and I have a one-sided conversation, and the audience gets excited.
do you put it near your mouth?
Yeah, I push Lizzo off the stage, and I get up there and I play the flute.
Have
Which
you ever
could be this or not.
I got a question for you. You ever seen a bitch kick the chute, then play the flute?
I haven't, original.
I've
You know-
seen it one time.
You know what is infuriating? Is I used to start every one of my plays off with that.
Does everybody know what I'm talking about, or should that be cut out?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm quoting something. I'm not.
It's a song. It's a line from a Lizzo song.
It's from a video I saw of her on stage.
A video of her playing live.
When her caption of what was, "You ever seen a bitch kick the chute, then play the flute?" And what I'm worried about is people are going to think that I came up with that caption.
They're going to think that's
Which
an
I-
original.
Yeah,
I
which
think-
I did not do. That is
No.
not an original.
Well, I heard you before the recording. You were calling Lizzo a bitch. Why
You walked in pretty adamant about that.
don't you take a sip of this next instrument?
Yeah, why don't
Well,
you
wait,
put that
let's-
one up to your mouth?
This one
figure
just
out
seems like a cup that is filled with paint.
Only one
Or
way to find
is
Have you
it
ever?
a block?
Yeah, or
Could
I
be a
mean, I
block.
don't know. Have you ever seen a cowbell before?
I have seen a cowbell. I've also seen a mug, and this looks like it's a mug.
What makes you
that's
say
filled
that?
with
The
paint.
handle?
Yeah, it's mostly the handle. It's mostly that it looks like a cup that is brimming with green paint.
Interesting. All
And
right.
you asked me to take a sip from it.
Well, obviously,
Could
this
be
isn't working.
could be kind of like a South American instrument or something you haven't seen yet.
You never know.
Hey, so just take a quick sip.
Just take it. That's how you play it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
listen to that.
Wow.
I'll put that in my next
That
song.
was funky.
Someone send that. To,
I think that's just paint. That's just a cup of paint.
That's right. That one was a cup of paint,
paint.
not one of the
Not a musical
instruments. Let's keep
instrument.
or was it?
track.
Or was it? You know, maybe not. If we
Maybe he wants to try to play another note. See if he got it wrong.
What's the point of saying, or was it? What is this game?
Well, the band wants to bring in a lot of instruments, but we also don't want to just make it easy that every one of these is an instrument.
Yeah.
So we have
and
a
we know
couple
you'd
of-
be biased to the big famous instruments. So we're disguising them in green paint. So you're not biased to the big number 3 instruments.
Can you do me a favor? Could you narrow down what instruments do they not have?
well,
Like I'm
that's a good
surprised.
question.
I'm surprised to see a saxophone on the table. That seems like a high school band staple to me.
which might indicate that it's not a saxophone.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe
Could
that's
be a red herring.
Could be a red herring or green, or green blowing. Well, why don't we move on? Let's see what's this over here. This guy's got 6 strings. It's standing up pretty tall.
That's interesting.
Standing up pretty
Interesting.
tall,
Standing
six
Standing up pretty
strings.
tall with 6 strings.
This looks like a cello.
I've never seen a green cello.
Never seen, but you've seen a 6-string one.
Oh,
Maybe
So
you should
go ahead and take a sip of that.
take a little sip of that.
Take a sip
take
of
a big,
that.
take that bass line for a sip.
I mean, I don't know how I'd go about taking a sip out of this.
Well, what looks like a place that you can take a sip from? Put your
I mean,
lips on it.
I can hear paint sloshing around in there because of the holes on the front.
The F hole.
Yeah, the F hole.
Hey, you lift the whole thing over your head. Give it a tip.
I mean, I'll try.
Have you ever had a box of Milk Duds and there's only one left inside? and you hold it over your head and kind of just shake it around until that last milk dud falls in your mouth.
Yeah, but you know how big a milk dud box is. It's not the size of a cello.
Just try it.
I honestly can't tell the difference because of the paint.
Like liquid is heavier than one single milk dud.
I don't know.
That is a great point, Original Fig. Students of Hamilton High School, we're not going to be adding a new instrument because Original Fig didn't want to do the segment. He was more interested in convincing us that a maybe cello full of paint is heavier than a milk dud
Don't
box.
call it off. Don't call it off.
Come on, Original.
All right, here I go. Here I go.
No help.
Oh, there's that last lift. That was good. And
It got in my eyes.
I think he's got this one.
Original covered in paint now.
Okay, so what would that be? Because it came out. I don't know if you heard the sound it made when the paint came out.
Big slosh on Original's face.
It's cello.
Cello.
Yes, that one was a cello.
That is
Or
right.
was it?
Or was it?
This is not I feel like my eyes are sealed shut.
It's fast drying paint, so your eyes may in fact be sealed shut with paint right
Well,
now.
this is great for the segment because now the paint doesn't even matter. You don't have to see the instrument. You'll just go on sound.
Yeah.
You got me there.
Which is
Give this one a toot toot.
Would you put it in my hands?
Yeah, here you go. All right, here, I'm going to put it up to your mouth, and I think you. All right, so what? How does it feel?
Don't push it. Don't
Sorry,
push it. All right, this one feels like a trumpet.
Okay, Original. Hold on. Don't forget this. It's a little thing that goes on the end. It's a little cup.
It's like the trumpet bell,
We'll see.
like the mute.
Could be.
All right.
and it's possible we couldn't find a mute, so it's just the plunger.
Yeah, do you feel a big wooden handle on it?
This reminds me of Pete Barbuti, the comedian from a long time ago.
Oh, I'm not familiar.
He used to play the piano, do funny songs and stuff, but he'd come out with a cigar, and he had a toilet plunger without the handle, and he'd stick that on the side of the piano. The fumes are really getting to me. He would stick the plunger on the side of the piano, and he'd take his cigar out and put it in the plunger.
Are you
Reminds
okay?
me of that.
I'm not
Original kind of losing his balance
Do you
here.
want to take a little run real quick? Do some parkour?
I don't know if that's the answer.
Okay, I thought that was sort of your reset. My bad.
Well, you know what?
I just teach it, those who can.
I hear you.
Well, sometimes help me if I'm feeling a little under the weather is the daily special from the lunchroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
And of course, we don't want you to know what the special is
they change it every day.
changes every day. We don't want it. So, but if you want to have a little bowl of whatever it is, or maybe it's a cup, or maybe it's a plate,
Now,
Yeah,
and
why
that'll
don't you
settle your
taste this?
stomach a little.
when you say you don't want me to know what it is, are you telling me that you covered it in green paint?
Oh, why don't you just take a look here?
Look, I have good news for you, Original. It's not covered in green paint.
Is it
They were all out of green paint.
is it covered in any kind of paint at all?
Yes.
Guys,
What do you consider lacquer paint?
you know what, guys? I'm a type of man that I've done whatever I've pleased for all my life, and I pride myself on being beholden to no man, and I have pride, but I'm begging you on my knees, please don't make me eat any more paint.
Well, I guess we could talk to the lunch ladies and say that Original Fig doesn't like their weekly special. They take that really harshly.
No, don't do that. They'll tear me apart.
No, it's fine. No, we'll go
Lunch
show them.
ladies
one
will
look at
let
it.
you
No,
have it.
I'm banging like 3 of them. They don't even know that I'm banging the other ones.
Oh, you've got a whole square going?
I got
Parallelogram?
like a lunch lady harem.
Original, my guy.
Well, in that case, you're
Original.
going to have to try this dessert as well.
Yeah, now that we know that, you'll probably.
Yeah, now that we're jealous, try some more shit. Original.
This feels like a paint covered panna cotta.
It is Italian Day in the lunchroom.
Or is it?
Italian Day. What was that? A harmonica?
That's right. That was from the lunch tray, but it was a harmonica that the band is bringing in.
Or was it?
Or was it Original?
I don't know if you're genuinely asking me.
All right, so we're going to have to wrap up the segment, Original Fig. What instrument of the ones you played or ate or sipped do you think we should add for this next semester for band?
Monica. I'm not feeling great.
Original Fig, do you plan on apologizing for the death at the end of Grizzly Student?
Wow, that's a big question to ask a guy who's got a lot of paint in his gut. But
Okay, if we're going to be passive aggressive about the paint, we can can the fucking interview.
Sorry.
This isn't working. This isn't working. You know what? We can't bring on an AP guy next time because I think they're a little better.
We
than
bring
everyone
you
else.
on here. We
No,
feed
no,
So what
you.
if I can't drive?
Listen,
We
so-
feed you.
No, guys.
And this is what we get.
Guys, AP guys don't think they're better than everybody else. Okay, I'm a fellow AP guy. I just started my AP
No,
bio
you're not.
class. You know, I am.
I'm starting to wonder if your AP didn't mean anti-paint, Original.
Is that what it stands for?
Your attitude has
Anti-paint.
sucked right up for about the past 10 minutes. It has sucked.
Anti-paint paint enemy? Is that APPE? Is that you?
Sucks.
this is a savage attack on my character. I feel like I acted in good faith on this podcast and literally poisoned me with lead-based paint.
It was tinted primer.
Idiot.
You'll never be back on the show. You will never.
Now, Original, if there's a heaven and God exists, what would you like to say to him or her at the pearly gates?
What would I like to say to them?
That's right. This is an original question for Original
gotcha.
Fig. It's not one of those Liptons.
Ooh, that made me hungry for soup.
Well, I've got good news for you, my man.
No, why did I
Slurp
say
this shit
it?
up.
Why did I say it?
Ding! Fresh out of the microwave.
And remember, it's Italian Day.
Please don't make me eat hot
Give us your
paint.
best shot at what
A
this is.
minestrone.
Or is it?
It's not. It's paint.
Pasta fajoule.
Gotcha.
That's not a soup.
You never had a pasta fajoule soup?
Come on, Original.
Spaghetti soup.
Oh, I love spaghetti soup.
Well, the way my mom made it when I was a kid, it was definitely a soup.
Oh, Mom's cooking burn. That's a burn. That's a burn shot.
Good roast.
Good roast. We will be having a roast episode. We will be having a roast episode, listeners, so we will be working up to it. It will be a savage roast. We'll have all your favorite roasters on. It will be coming soon.
Roast episode coming soon. Mark your calendars.
Mark your calendars to soon.
This is episode 1. Episode 2, roast episode. New format. All of our moms are here. Jeff Ross is here. Dat Fan is here. And we are going to burn it down.
Jeff Ross and Dat Fan tell our moms the things we never could. Episode 2.
Next week, people.
Now, Original, you've been a rude guest for most of this. But we were happy to have you on our first episode back on Earwolf.
Yes, back. We're back.
I feel like I was a hero to you guys, and now I'm the pariah.
It's, tension's got a little high, and it's unfixable.
We don't like it when people are, don't like our cooking.
Can I tell you something? I'm ashamed of the way I acted, and I'm sorry that I was so rude about the paint. You guys are. You guys have been good friends to me. It's good to have you back at Hamilton, and
Fig.
Original.
and I know you were just
Likes us back.
doing a fun game, and maybe I wasn't a good sport about it, and maybe because I feel profoundly sick and blind that I was a little grumpy. I was grumpy about it.
Yeah, that's
So I'm-
okay.
so I'm
We can
sorry.
all be grumpy.
We can all be grumpy.
Yeah.
And I'll say this. Apology accepted.
Wow.
Why don't we,
Todd.
you know what? Why don't we all bury the hatchet and let's
Yeah.
just take a quick shot? Let's take a quick shot together.
Now you're gonna drink too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're all
It's not-
prepared.
It's not just Original drinking by himself.
No, we all have our
no.
different
And
shots
just to
here.
be fair,
This isn't-
there is still paint in your eyes you can't see.
I can't see.
Then yeah, we're all going to drink from the same thing.
And of course,
Strange
it's
question to ask at this juncture, but okay.
I hope you like a little Italiano drink.
Because remember, it is Italian Day in the cafeteria.
This will be like what, a limoncello or a Galliano?
Well, it will be yellow.
Or is it?
All right.
And bottoms up.
Bottoms up.
In fucking paint. Why?
No.
As to the hors d'oeuvres, Superintendent Miniature Piglet, we decided
That was very classy, Tom.
We have. Thank you. You're very welcome. We've decided that maybe you could help us pick between some of the ones we're trying to decide on.
Oh, yeah.
But we don't want your opinion to be. We don't want your opinion to be
Right.
Big excitement from Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill just remembered something.
We don't want your opinion to be
yeah.
colored by too much by presentation or things that would maybe
Flavor. is
change
the
your
most
mind that aren't about the flavor. So we've gotten all the hors d'oeuvres and we've dipped them each in water, just so that you can kind of tell the difference between
Dip
each
them
of them.
in water.
Well, yeah, they're dipped in water just so that.
Why?
Because if you're just judging it based on how they actually look, you're not judging the flavors and the style.
Why? But why? I wouldn't judge them on just the way they look. That's not how people judge food at all. I would taste them and say what tastes good.
Well, if you don't want water, we
texture.
could do something else. If you don't want to dunk them in water, we could do something else to obscure the look.
Well, we did a few
You don't have to.
We did a few things.
I don't want you to do anything to obscure the look.
Okay, well, we're gonna.
Well, we can't trust blindfolds.
Yeah, it's non-negotiable. We're going to obscure the look. So
We have
Yeah,
to
we
do this,
can't-
and we're curious of your answers.
All right.
We've
you
been
are
burned
retiring.
by so many blindfolds. We've been burned by them.
We keep getting blindfolds that are like more for like bedroom play, so you can still kind of see through them, and they're not exactly what we're looking for
They're a
in
little
the
fuzzy.
blindfold field. Obviously, our last blindfolds were just Saran wrap, which was an issue.
Blindfolds?
they were blandfolds.
They were blindfolds. You could see right
Blindfolds?
through them. They had nothing
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
So boring.
Okay, so let's just do the first taste test here. I don't want to give you
right.
too many clues, but as you can see, it's a small little bite-sized piece.
Yes, it's a sodden mess.
And there's a little condiment cup on the side. Not going to tell you what's in there.
Yeah.
All right. It's very green.
Interesting.
So it might be one of the like that condiment you get with Indian food.
Right.
Right.
be.
I forget what it's called.
The mint, maybe it's a jelly.
Maybe
No?
it's mint jelly. All right. Let me just dip this wet hors d'oeuvre into this.
Yeah, don't wring it out there. Don't dry it out. Keep it wet.
The napkins for your face. Not the food.
Sorry, I was about to wring out this food. I do apologize. I forgot the rules. All right, dip it in here, and the smell is certainly remarkable. Very strong
Good.
smell.
That's a good thing. That's a good
It's
thing.
not a food smell.
Smell like a new house, maybe?
Sort of, yes. Yes.
Interesting. So we'll write that down.
Oh,
Okay, definitely a reaction.
That's a good.
there's one flavor that's definitely stronger, overpowering everything. I'm
could be
getting
what was-
a
Is it peanut
Right,
butter
it
could be what
Try
was
the textures.
Could be what was.
could be what was going on was I'm detecting a top note, middle note, and base note of house paint. Am I correct?
Interesting. Well, you did get the paint. I haven't heard a guess on the food yet.
Yeah, try to focus on what was inside of the paint. But
Can't
paint
really-
is obvious.
Yes, to make it more
Paint's
fair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm having a difficulty with the taste because really the paint is very strong, and as far as texture goes, it has been dipped in water and then in paint. So it's very difficult for me to determine what the texture is, and I don't feel good.
Okay, well, let's just
Well,
tell
do
you
you
what
know
that first one was. That was a mini corn dog dipped in mint jelly covered in paint.
We made them do it in mint jelly, not mustard. We said we don't want mustard with this damn corn dog. We want mint jelly.
I'm going to say, even though I couldn't
You nailed the jelly.
taste all of those varietals, I will say that mini corn dog dipped in mint jelly is a no-go for me. I wouldn't put that on the menu.
Well, we'll strike that one for the menu. We got a bunch
just
more.
avoid that tray when it goes around.
Yes, you don't touch that.
Oh, but you expect other people to eat that, but you just will know not to eat that yourself.
Not for us. If you don't like it, it's not for us.
Yeah, if I see you fucking eating it, mini pig, I'm gonna be like, you said you didn't want this shit, and I'm gonna shame you in front of everyone.
Bill, this is very surprising. I thought I was high status here, but now my status lower.
No. We love you.
We love you, but we love to play with status occasionally.
Yes. We don't like to be told no. So anytime we do something stupid, it was the other person's fault.
Oh,
So this is a new one for you. This is a little cone of
give too
little.
much away, Bill.
Okay. Yes, sorry.
little string.
Could be.
Little cone of little string. Okay.
Let's see. It's again. It's a sodden little lump.
Wet.
Don't ring it up.
Okay, we did get it wet enough, you think?
Won't
So
ring
you
it up.
can't
No,
tell?
it's wet. I cannot tell. I would not even guess the cone shape if I hadn't been told.
Let me just give it one more spritz just to make sure it's wet enough there.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Now
Give it another quick coat too. Just
dip it in the. Is this also paint?
Yeah, hold on, let me crank this sprayer up really quick. I think I can see some of the side
I'm seeing a
peeking
little
out.
material coming through. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll crank up the sprayer. You get it, Sam.
Material.
And that's a power washer you've put paint on.
Get it, Sam. Whoa, you're getting mini pig too.
Okay,
Sorry,
so-
mini pig.
Please,
Sorry.
I don't want to drown in this dinosaur costume.
Oh, famous last words.
All right, so you got what is a blank with some blank in it.
Well, you've really dispersed most of the item here. There's not much. I can pick up like a little crumb here and then
Power washer.
dip it in the.
Power washer was on too strong.
This is paint as well, right?
Well,
Yes.
Remember.
okay, I thought we were keeping
We
a little
have to
mystery
cover
it.
it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, there is paint on there. That we can admit.
Dip that in the paint. It's
He likes this one. Look at the look on his face. He looks like he likes it.
You can tell he likes this one. If I know a face, that's a liking face.
Hey, mini pig.
I'm relieved
Yeah.
that
Right, pig.
were you doing the Life cereal commercial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel as if I enjoyed this one a little bit more just because the power wash had just disintegrated most of the food, and so that meant less area for paint to cover, and so it still mostly it's just paint.
Okay. Well, that was
There
a
is
cone.
paint, yeah.
That was a cone of uncooked bacon with string inside.
Which are great to pass out at because all you need is a board with little holes, and the cones fit right in
I mean,
each
I'll
hole.
have
So
to
it's a
take your
perfect
word for
passing
it.
app.
It'll cook in the heat, obviously.
Yeah, so you chew it and then you pull out the string and you throw it on the ground.
Yeah, the idea for the string was floss because you know how you get bacon stuck in your teeth. It's
Yeah.
not floss; it's too thick for that. But that's
Right.
where the inspiration comes from.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
sort of
I
a
actually-
deconstruct-
It's going to remind you to floss.
That's my
yeah,
fault. I
it's
got
my
Padre grade floss because I have a little more space between my teeth, so I have to buy a thicker floss, and I forgot.
Is that butt floss for you or what?
Well, what do you think based on our earlier conversation?
Yes.
No,
Well, I've
I
seen
don't
the
need to
towels
floss.
at your house. You've cut your towels really thin.
Yeah.
With the
And you
space
floss
between
with
your teeth, it almost looks like your mouth is full of piano keys.
Okay. Well, this is actually a sore subject for me.
I
have.
do apologize.
Well, Howard dropped a piano on my head, and I have out of tune piano keys in my mouth right now.
I will say your voice is a little bit more dissonant today.
You
Just
want to
let the-
try our signature cocktail,
Oh, this
Superintendent
Certainly.
Mini Pig?
Now, this is an interesting one. Not only because of what the cocktail is, but also the style of service.
Obviously,
really
you need to
quickly-
have cocktails at a high school graduation.
Yeah, people are
It's the most
saying this
important
is
part.
too adult for the graduation, but we say it's not for the kids.
We're
dummy.
making virgin and regular.
Yes. This part
Really
I don't
quickly-
mind because I do have a severe crippling drinking problem. Yes, Bill.
So I'm going to quickly prepare the cocktail.
The garbage man hears my bottles clink. I feel shame and down I sink. He knows, he knows, he knows I have a red nose.
Oh, this is a song from the perspective of Rudolph.
That's Rudolph.
That's Rudolph singing to the
musical?
garbage man.
Is that Rudolph the red-nosed alcoholic? Is that what that's from?
Bill, you were saying?
I'm gonna quickly make the cocktail here. I just need some yellow 5. I need some blue 3.
Don't forget the water.
And the water, and I'm gonna put it in the shaker here.
And make sure, and you can hear it shaking because you hear that little ball inside.
Okay. There we go. That was quick. That was good and shaking.
Now for this one, absolutely. For this one, we call this one a spritzer. So you're just going to close your eyes and open your mouth, and we're going to spritz it right in.
That's not what a spritzer is, though.
Oh, but that's what we call it.
Oh, fair enough.
Doing.
Okay, ready?
All right.
Don't say, it's not a doctor's office.
Oh, yeah, wait. Take back.
Is it
You're
like,
not going to be able
is
to
it like
taste
saying
it.
Macbeth in the theater?
Yes.
100%.
You can't say outside of a doctor's office.
Forgive me, I have to go outside and spit 3 times and run around the house. I'll be right back.
Okay. So this one's just a can of spray paint.
He's fast.
All right, I'm back.
Jesus.
It is humid in this costume.
I just saw the neighbors look out their window, and all they saw was a fast dinosaur spit out some yellow blue and run back in.
Okay.
All right,
ready?
I'm ready for my cocktail, which I'm afraid
Is a spritzer.
might be paint, but okay.
Okay, he's really reacting to this one.
How is it?
It's coating my throat.
It's got that good throat.
How does it taste?
Like paint. I was praying that when you said blue, that meant curacao.
Well,
Is that the blue one?
yes, curacao is blue, but no, that's not it. It's blue mint jelly is what we had in there.
Yes. With a Rust-Oleum chaser.
Yeah, there's about a centimeter of blue mint jelly in a Rust-Oleum can that is full of paint. And we gave you a little spritz of that.
So your cocktail, your signature cocktail, does include food.
Yes.
We forgot to put the cocktail in. Yeah, that's what I'm realizing at this point. We just went with part of the food we've already served you. Our mistake. Maybe we'll take this one off the menu.
No
Was there
taken.
any alcohol in there at all?
Well,
You wish.
yeah.
You fucking wish. Mini pig. Your
We're
life
not going to
is
do
off.
that to the school district.
We're not gonna
Your
help
fucking
force you
life
off
is
the
off
wagon.
the rails, mini pig.
Coming over here in a dinosaur costume trying to get wasted when we're trying to work on graduation. Come on. This is our big hurrah. Our first and last hurrah.
Give us the
Okay.
go ahead or go on.
Gentlemen, you've been a part of the Hamilton High family for many years. You've been part of this school district for many years. And
Thank you.
it's not really a compliment.
Well, a lot of people, a lot of people
Just
don't acknowledge that we've been here. They say you're a blemish, so we'll never even give you.
Yeah.
A lot of
credit
times
for being
people will yell, I see you, but it doesn't sound good.
And people are also like, hasn't there been a bunch of years where you guys went other places? And we're like, shut up.
Right.
I wish to acknowledge your years of service
Thank you.
to Hamilton and the school district, and At this point, I feel it would be cruel to deny you anything. This is, as you say, your first and last hurrah. I know you've meant a lot to...
Well, we do have a dessert for you to try.
Sorry.
Before you get too far into that, I just wanted to go back to the dessert because it is melting.
We have to know about this.
No clues. No clues.
I know.
All right. Just let me try the dessert real quick.
Hold that thought
Really?
for sure.
Really quickly, I need to char up the top of this dessert. Before you put it out, you have to char it up.
Perhaps it's a creme brulee.
Don't forget to charo the top also.
Yes. Did I say char? I meant charo. The top. Gucci. Gucci. Okay. It's ready.
The top has been sufficiently charred?
Yes.
All
You
right.
just lightly say Gucci over top of it.
Now, this is very green, this dessert.
So that narrows down what it could be dessert wise.
Well,
I'm going to be honest. I'm a little frustrated, Charles. The whole idea is we don't want to base it off the look. It's the flavor, and you keep judging the greenness and the look. But we worked so
been
hard.
green, and it's because it's paint. So
Well, it's just
we'll
this
see.
is the same bullshit we've been getting from the district the whole time. We come in with a great idea, and then everyone all they talk about is the problems with it. We know the paint tastes bad. What about the food? Jeez.
that's a very compelling argument, Sam.
Yeah, we know we are unacceptable employees, but what about our heart?
Yes. Much like the food, our heart is in the right place, even if our actions are covered in disgusting paint.
I know I've crashed every test car that the school's ever had as a driver's ed teacher, but what about the times I put on my seatbelt before that?
The arguments are getting less compelling.
Okay.
Let me try this dessert real quick.
Make sure you break the shell on top.
Yes, get a little spoon.
Crack the shell.
Tap it.
Good. Crack the shell and just dump out what's ever inside the shell and try.
So just eat the paint then.
Well,
All right.
you don't know that yet.
Well,
I don't know why I'm doing this, but. Yes, that's paint.
Oh, you didn't even get a big taste.
Please.
Get a helping.
One serving, please.
These were just supposed to be tasters' portions. But this looks like this is enough to where in a restaurant, if you eat the whole thing, you get it for free.
Yeah,
I know there are
72
multiple.
ounces.
I know there are multiple spoons, and it's meant to share. But eat the thing.
And that is how it will be served at graduation. It will be served like a birthday dessert with multiple spoons around the rim of the plate that
And
fall
again-
all over the place.
Again, we never got into COVID prevention at all.
This is part of it.
But now you're offering a communal spoon dish.
Oh, what would you rather have them do? Share a spoon?
A compelling
we can
argument.
do that. We can do that.
All right, we'll do one spoon, big dessert.
All right. Well, I don't know why you're making me do this.
That's a big helping. There we go. Good boy.
My man.
Boy, good
Good
boy.
boy. Good boy.
Don't paint. May I lie down on that sofa?
You can, but it's a bit of a prank sofa.
What?